Yo, I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know
I'm your pusher.
The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard, I sell it whip on whip and soft to hard. I'm the neighborhood pusher, call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that jack. On or off the track, I'm heavy cuz ball to your fathers, you can duck to the Fetty Gov. Sorry my love, but I'm seeing through these eyes. Benz com
Charlotte Hornets ended up losing their last game in this matchup, Toronto. That was their second loss in 2 games. Now they've got a chance to turn the tide and get back on course.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed them. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the middle. Raul Williams, the guard. And it's Drew at the 3 spot.
He was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And it's the Raptors' ball. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, a bit ago, Steve Clifford and I were able to chat, and he said a big factor in this game was how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebound, and attack the paint. He will take it to you. You've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressive. Kevin, are they up to it?
Thanks a lot, Doris. And it's the Hornets with the ball. We're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, it seemed to me that three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game. Even though I overlooked some of the calls.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Now, here's one. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. And the timeout, the Hornets able to retain possession here. Just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And the basket good. Raptors got 5 points so far.
This is shooting. So far, I know it's early, but offensively they look great.
Valanciunas, and he slams it one-handed.
Defenders have to be aware that they cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Well, the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the late 4 time block. New colors, even a new logo.
Yeah, they need to consider a name change.
trying to stick with the Raptors, but a chance perhaps to go with that bird of prey connotation rather than an ISO.
Walker against Lowry. Stevenson right side. The feed to Jefferson. To Stevenson. And another three for Charlotte.
Tell you what, 3 or 4 now. Looks like this game's on offensively.
Raptors trail by 4. Lowry passes to Williams. He dishes it to Curry. Bounces high off the rim and pops. Curry's got 8.
Well, that shot keeps him at 100% from the field this quarter.
Walker goes in, gets to Kidd-Gilchrist. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, second overall pick back in 2012. And Clark, as you know, an NCAA champion. You saw it firsthand with Kentucky.
Yeah, you know, I like his disposition, and I love his motor. I mean, his defense, his size, athleticism. He's an excellent rebounder for his position and size. He can defend up to 3 or 4 positions on the court. You know, you look at him, and I don't like to compare guys, Kevin, but he reminds me a bit of a young Gerald Wallace type.
Strong move to the hoop. Nice power move. I like that one.
Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. Passes it to Jefferson. It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Back to Jefferson. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Kerr, and they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And for Kidd-Gilchrist, the work has always been about his outside shooting ability. His shot has a big hitch in it. He shoots it on the way down, so there's a lot of fundamental issues with that stroke.
Offensive rebound. Went out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. Number 1, the Raptors.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing that has led to wide-open, long-range shots. That's why we see the great numbers from the three-point line.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Marvin Williams is checked in for Jefferson. Henderson comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Gary Neal's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Walker.
Well, you look at that shooting motion for MKG. Boy, that thing is broke at this point. It's going to be hard for him to fix it, but I think he can. I think he's still not beyond being modified. If that happens, the sky's the limit. He just turned 21, jumper right.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like.
And Roberts kicks to Anderson. He beats it to Neal. There's 38 seconds left here in the opening quarter. That drops. Roberts got his first 2 points of the night.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Vasquez kicks to Kerr. To the inside. Vasquez dishes to Hansbrough. A shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Hansbrough's got his first basket.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Here's Roberts, averaging 6 points per contest. Here's the screen. Now here's Henderson. There's Neal with the 3. Tie game here in Charlotte. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. That's the way they come out, and it serves them well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup. On the court for the Hornets, Brian Roberts out there with Gary Neal. Then it's Henderson, then it's Zeller, and it's Williams at the 4. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, the monster in that last game against the Celtics got down to business. He ended up with 44 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance at Clark here tonight?
I'd say no chance, partner. That's not a knock against him. It's just that he was so good that night. I don't think
Charlotte, Cody Zeller comes in for Williams. And it's Kid Gilchrist in for Gary Neal. Then for the Raptors, Kerr comes in for James Johnson. And Lewis Williams sent in for Vasquez. Walker goes in. Second shot opportunity. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Let's take a look at Kyle Lowry's numbers. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. Night in and night out, he's their #1 option on offense.
no surprise there, Steve. I mean, the way he can fill it up, and he leads the team in scoring, too.
It's not very often you can say this about the future. It's looking pretty bright.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And Walker pitches to Stevenson. Feeds it to Jefferson. The kick out to Walker. Pocket 6. To Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Lets it go with the 3. Offensive rebound. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive line.
And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling with their direction, but also it should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years have been.
Charlotte in the lead. Walker goes in. Jefferson a spring on Mount. Here's Walker. Shot misses. And Toronto will come the other way.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
You know, having the direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can go together.
Lowry passes to Kerr. Far right post shot. Hornets with the rebound.
So he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today, pound that thing inside.
Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. It's off the screen, and there's Al Jefferson on the assist by Walker. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Passes to Kerr. The 10-footer. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Kerr's got the lead. Back up to 1 now for the Raptors. And we're through 2 here.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. The main thing is that we had a very good half in terms of shot selection. We haven't forced anything. We've taken what the defense has given us, and it's led to a terrific shooting percentage. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great positioning. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. And in these next 2 quarters, the tempo ought to be brisk.
Time. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third.
just an amazing game for the Monster. He's got 16 points and a block. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
So for Toronto right now, here Johnson at the floor with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry and Williams, the guards. And it's Kirk at the small forward position.
Amir Johnson drafted straight out of high school back in 2005. Now in his 10th season in the NBA, he's only entering his prime now.
Outside, Walker. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. Shot is off.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Raptors moving the ball around. Lowry kicks to Kerr. That ball, nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Lowry against Walker. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Stevenson left side. Fade away. And it falls. Over the rim and in. Stevenson's got 11.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The drive by Lowry. Banked in off the glass. Lowry's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Toronto grabs the miss.
He's had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing this.
Wasted no time on that one. Now it's a 7-point Raptor lead.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
And Walker kicks to Stevenson. Kick out to Walker. Outside to Walker. Good on the 13-footer. Walker's got 10 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas. He drains those.
Well, the Bobcats then now started been a little bit late to the analytics because the Nets going out of the NBA all over the place. And they're full-time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season, they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
He kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style.
I like the simplicity. But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful seven. Hornets trail by 7.
And for the Hornets, that's huge. Having a bit of a numerical guide as to
Planning these things till I
targeted
died when the
free
Holy
agency
Father
because
handed
they
me my
aren't
wings when I
usually a
was
big
young.
player.
Listen to this, stand when we dream, giving me music like send a hand of.
It's against Williams. There's Walker. The 3. Rebound by Johnson.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
not giving up
I know you thinking Nito, it repeats the minute, so like a Tito, but it's 300,000 more with no remote. Jacob in the rain, I used to do
And we
with Tito,
know
but
the
he crowned me
Hornets
and told me that my money's
aren't as big a
Fritos.
player
Now the
as most
Enzo doors go up like a D-Lo. Leon, same song sung on my man Nigo.
Usually
That's
at the
a
bottom
law.
of the
When the
league in
doors go
payroll.
up, it's like a fresh
They
air
are
jar.
making the most of what
He
they
boss,
spend now
he
with
shall
their
not get hot, he too frost.
trying to level the
Close
playing
your eyes,
field.
just picture yourself
just a
just
case of
folding
two
ties.
teammates
Implement a plan and control the prize. Death comes by the man that controls the skies.
get to get that
See, I know
separation.
So
And
ill.
some
Better
changes in
yet,
for the
doggy,
Hornets.
just tell me how you
Gerald
feel.
Henderson, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Gary Neal comes in for
How you
Lance
feel,
Stevenson.
dog? We just
And
picture,
Brian Roberts
thinking,
subbed in for
dreaming,
Walker.
scheming.
A new group in now for the
All in
Raptors.
late night shaking,
Hasbro's checked
falling,
in for
lacing,
Giannis
faking,
Valanciunas.
shaping,
Patterson
Gotta
comes
get
in
this
for
cake right
Johnson.
as I
Terrence
serve
Ross
it.
is
You
checked
just
in for
burn it,
Williams.
breathe it,
And it's
learn it.
Johnson
Now
comes
watch
in
it
for
take flight.
Kyle Lowry.
How does it feel?
Gerald Henderson certainly helped by the acquisition of Al
You
Jefferson.
don't know me, I'm
Created
Paul
some
Howard,
space for him on the perimeter.
First trick on the
Made great
ramp was the
strides with
rock
his
and
outside
roll.
shot.
Keep one on my staff with a new plug phone me. If
And
it keeps me
Henderson
to
is
mention
last year
that
one of
I've
the
been
best
bitten, but
wingers
forced
in
me
the
to chuckle
league
at the
at
critics
working
of grit.
himself to the
He
line.
dresses
Also a
insane,
steady
but his music
defender, too,
admire.
Kevin. And he
Ass
has
and
worked on
vogue, and
developing
that's
his
quiet.
long-range
Vanity fair,
shooting
you like
well.
Kennedy, yeah, but you should guess who's in the insanity chair.
Balanced all
Now it ain't about what I want, still thumbing through my life like It's one
Here's
thing
Roberts.
to say that you did it. It's one thing to lie about your digits.
The pass to
It's
Neal.
one thing to say
Fires
that
the
you
three.
did it. It's another
And it's Toronto with the rebound.
But I admit I got all
Kerr's
this
got
paper,
4
plus the
rebounds
prettiest
now
faces
tonight.
that's offered by nature.
Ross
I drive
passes
my
to
case, but
Patterson,
keeps
and
me
he
Casper.
flips
Wanna
it for
meet
the
him in my house, I got
easy
space
two.
like
Credit the
NASA.
assist
They
on
don't
that
make
one.
me happier by
Boy,
self
guys, they've shown
like my
some
sister
great
Stacy when she
passing on
lost her
their last
capper.
few trips
A
down
bend
the
dad
floor.
getting stroking nothing to trap
that's
her.
four
John
straight
Quick do what's
trips,
ironic
guys,
but
where
true.
their
A man
passes have
dies,
ended
baby
up in
born to
scores.
spare as
Four
per
straight
rule.
assists.
It's the
Great
simple
team
clue
play.
between us and imposters.
Okay, well, let's
We hop
check
in
in
the
with
air,
Doris
don't care
Burke
what it
reporting
costs
from our
us. Now
sideline
with
in this
nerve with a
game.
pit
Doris,
full of
take it
marshes.
away.
I guess you could say that we fly
Michael
like
Kidd
sauces.
Gilchrist
Snapping
is
that
developing his
class
jump
and that
shot,
vigor.
but
The
he's
cash
got
and crash rippers.
everything
The
else
crash
in
and
his
Mac
game.
rippers.
As
Go
Coach
ahead and say
Steve
it.
Clifford said, first, he's an A1 competitor.
Close your
And he's one of the
eyes.
few
Just
guys
picture
in the
yourself
league that
just
can
holding
night in
prize.
and night out
Implement
defend
the plan
primary
show the
scores
rise.
and make
Promised
it
by the
hard on
man
them.
that controls the
He's
skies.
first. He just brings so much to our team.
Better yet,
Gentlemen,
don't
back
just
to
tell me
you.
how you feel.
A great energy player, Doris. Thanks. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second push. And while we can, let's see which rookies have led the way in scoring since the All-Star break. You look at the monster, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Just like the rest of the guys on that list, he's a rookie.
How does it
Just
feel?
a name only now. I mean, in the second half of this season, he's been playing and scoring like a veteran.
It definitely has been a short learning curve for him, Steve, especially offensively.
Ross dishes to Patterson. Can't hit from in close. Hornets trail by 5. Tries to save it. Fast break Toronto. By himself. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Screen by Jefferson. Here's Roberts. Right side Jefferson. Blocked. But they'll recover. And as we
Got lightning speed. I won't hesitate to rescue what is mine.
now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. And so it's Charlotte with it. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
You know, that Atlanta game has a lot of attention on it.
And Stevenson is out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Then it's Zeller. Then it's Gary Neal. And it's Roberts in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And it's out of bounds for the Hornets. So Charlotte retains possession.
Such a careless pass. You got to keep your head in the game here.
Kemba Walker is checked in for Brian Roberts. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Here's Neal. And Stevenson kicks to Zeller. Back to Stevenson. Walker the pass to Stevenson. Shot clock at 5. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry. Toronto leading by 5. Dishes it to Patterson. Kerr kicks to Lowry. Back to Kerr. Shot from 16. Shot is no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Stevenson drives in. Outside, Walker. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Walker's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Charlotte. Kerr kicks to Patterson. Soft touch off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 5.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
Stevenson drives in. Shot's good.
Loose defense at such a critical time. You're better off sending him to the line than giving him 2 points.
Lowry dishes to Patterson. The feed to Kerr. Outside for Lowry. Back to Kerr. From 15 feet away. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists here tonight. Hornets trail by 5. Walker goes in. And it's Walker again missing.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Kerr kicks to Patterson. Clock at 6. Baseline try, and again it's Toronto converting.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Walker against Lowry. From deep. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what put them in front here.
Kerr with it, picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Patterson passes to Kerr. The 11-footer, nice touch on the back shot. Kerr's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Back to Walker. The dish to Neal. No one near him. No up. And Toronto will come the other way. Outside Lowry. Back to Kerr. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Lowry dishes to Kerr. Lowry kicks to Vasquez. Kerr with it. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Stevenson passes to Walker. Back to Stevenson. He dishes it to Zeller. Tries to snap the cold streak. Stevenson drives in. From deep, Neal. And Kerr pulls it down. Kerr's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Patterson dishes to Kerr. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist leading the charge. Good. 16 points for Kemba Walker.
He's got a ton to help this team, guys. He may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
And the Hornets making a change here. Jefferson's in. Amir Johnson's checked in for Toronto. Williams comes in for Vasquez. Williams kicks to Johnson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He told them, no holding back. I want 100% effort out there. If you can't give it, ask for a sub. No time to rest now. Let's get after it. Kevin, he wants everything they've got.
No good from Valanciunas. Hornets trail by 9. And it's Walker penetrating. Raptors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Williams kicks to Lowry. Kid Gilchrist against Kerr. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Kerr's got 30 points.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted to win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
Out left to the wing. The baseline J. And he hits the jumper for 2. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
At the right time.
Here's Stevenson. Drills the baseline jumper.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Reach out, touch faith.
Now Lowry. Here's Kerr. He buries it.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing.
Put it in style. A beat down the entire way.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, the Monster.
All right. It's one thing to know that you're one of the best in the league, but it's another thing to prove it on the court, night after night after night.
That's right. I'm feeling that. They might as well start planning the parade route, engraving the hallway, and sizing up the rings. It's only a matter of time before we champions, and I get paid!
Oh, yeah.
Let's go all the way into the bag, Mr. Bishop.
You guys have been making it look easy these last few games. How long do you think it'll last?
Gonna last as long as I'm in the lineup. I ain't going nowhere. Better get your popcorn ready.
We have time for more questions. You, sir?
Any reason you're in such an offensive groove tonight?
I got no explanation. I was fortunate enough to get some good looks and knock them all down, I guess.
You, sir?
Everyone's talking about your little social media snafu. Care to comment?
No comment. I'd like to keep that private.
Private? That's a good one. Maybe you should have thought about that before blasting your intentions to lead the team to the universe.
You know what? You live and you learn, so let's move on.
Move on. To the next team most likely.
Hey, listen. I'm not apologizing for being a self-advocate.
Self-advocate? Is that what the selfish kids are calling themselves these days?
Hey, if that's what you want to call being selfish, hey, then I'm selfish, all right? That's what's helped me ignore the critics and the naysayers. All the people that didn't believe that I'd be where I am right now, I apologize for absolutely nothing.
All right, thanks, everybody. We're done here. You know what? How about me?
What about you?
You apologize to me?
For what?
For cleaning up your mess. Again.
Man, girl, please.
So with this social media scandal thing going, you've alienated your teammates, the fans, and management.
That wasn't my intention.
But that's what happened. That's why I keep an extra cell at home just for conversations I want to keep to myself, and that bad boy never leaves the house.
An extra cell?
Just keep your intentions to yourself. We're all disposable in this league. All I really care about is your mindset. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm still focused on what matters. That's his team, my job, and the rest of the season.
Good, but words are one thing, actions are another. You're gonna have to bust your butt over the next few weeks to earn the respect and trust of your teammates again. Can you do that?
Absolutely, man. Those my boys.
Good. Time to prove it. Now get out of here.
Yes, sir.
with all that we feel. The time is ideal to set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. I suggest y'all set it off.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Magic again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. In second to last place in the East, nothing's come easy for them this season.
Yeah, the matchup just seems to be a tough one, guys, because they're 0-3 against this club so far, on the brink of a season sweep. I think from that standpoint, it's a very big game for this team. They want to right the ship.
Well, if you go 0 for any team during the regular season, you can't feel good about yourselves. I mean, that's a given. But it's not too late for them. I mean, with their best performance, they can definitely win this game.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So the Raptors 5 right now. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry and Williams, the guards. And it's Kerr in at the 3 spot.
You have to like the chances of this team to go far in the playoffs. Not only are they as talented as any club in the league, but they have fantastic chemistry as well.
And I've seen it often. Chemistry is what separates great teams from championship teams, particularly when you talk about chemistry between players and also chemistry between the players and the coaches.
On defense, the Raptors, they defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Most impressive, they wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call the mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it, had them on their hands the whole time. Well, quite an interesting upbringing for Victor Oladipo. His mother and father immigrated from Nigeria. They ingrained a great work ethic in their children, but his father in particular didn't really approve of his son's focus on basketball. But Victor was undeterred.
And the basket by Harris. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Kerr. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Kerr's got his second bucket tonight.
And they're on fire. They've made 4 straight shots to get this thing going.
Harris dishes. With the ball. Lowry Scoops him up. Payton's shot is off.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
He sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Vucevic is screen on low. Payton passes to Vucevic. Harris outside. Pass to Payton. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Off target with his three. The Raptors have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Kerr. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Kerr's got 8 points.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
That's good. He's got 10.
And again, a few more points added to the lead. They might be ready to pull away here.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. As well as they got it working right now, that could be the case.
Now, here's Oladipo. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. 3 on 3. Tries from 16. And Kerr gets it to go on the assist from Williams. And 12 points for the Monster. The Magic trail by 10.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. First, you think holding up Shaq and Dwight Howard in their exit
for the Magic. Subbed in for Tobias Harris. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He talked mainly about the offense he wants to see them implement. And with all their emphasis on ball screens, you can expect them to be running a pick-and-roll offense for most of this game. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Thank you, Doris. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long the franchise.
Drop it
They
like
like
it's
to be
hot.
able to
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot.
Here's Valanciunas after the made shot from Mo Harkless. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call it a foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Fournier's checked in for the Magic. Green comes in for Payton. A new group in now for the Raptors. Tyler Hansbrough is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. Ross with a wide open look. No good. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Well, they lost a very tight game the last time these two clubs met. You have to believe that if it weren't for the foul trouble they were in, the result might have been different.
Dry dishes to Harkless.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Got a piece of it, but a bounce. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
Park it like it's hot. Get an attitude. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot.
Here's Fry.
Pop it like it's hot.
Another key contributor to that nice win against Chicago. 6 to shoot. And it's Green missing. And Clark, what Steve was just referring to, do you think that even just a few more calls will calm their way that will pull them out of it?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it, Kevin. When it comes down to late in the game and you're forced to use backups at that critical juncture in the ball game due to foul trouble, that's an easy outcome by at least missed a few points in my opinion.
I can't fake it, just break it. And when I take it, see, I specialize in making
There's
all the
18
girls
seconds
get it.
left in the first quarter.
So bring your friends, all of
Ross
y'all come
passes to
inside. We got a
Vasquez.
world premiere right here, not get
Kicks it to
lost.
Ross.
So don't change the diesel, turn it up a little. I got a living room full of
Here is
fine dime
Vasquez.
bristles, waiting on the pistol, the diesel,
to
and
Kerr.
the shizzle. G's to the
With
biz.
one on the clock, and he gets it to go. Kerr's got 18 points in the game.
They built a big lead here early, both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Raptors lead by 11. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Because I got it going on. I'm a bad boy with a lot of drive my own cars and wear my own clothes. I hang out tough. I'm a real boss. Big Snoop Dogg, yeah, he's so sharp. On the TV screen and in the magazines. If you play me
Back, it's
close,
been all
you win a
one-sided
red
so
bean.
far through the
Oh, you
first
got it.
quarter as
So
our
you
second
wanna
quarter gets
hop
underway.
back?
And let's get your take,
Stop
guys,
that.
on the scoring
Cement
breakdown
shoes.
for the
Now I'm
Raptors.
on the move.
You gotta like the
Your family's
consistency
crying.
they're showing
Make you
with
on
that
the news.
mid-range
They
shot.
can't find you.
They've established
Now
their
they
presence
miss
in the
you.
paint tonight.
Must I
Also, a
remind
lot
you,
of their
I'm only
scoring
here
to this
trust you.
point coming from down low.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Kerr, he's in at small forward. Terrence Ross is out there with Vasquez. Then there's Tyler Hansen. And it's Johnson in at the post. And he uses the glass on the lane. Johnson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Toronto. The Magic trail by 13.
Get an attitude.
And Fournier gets to Green.
Pop it like it's hot. I got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring.
There's the feed to Vucevic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Orlando. And then for Toronto, Patterson comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Ross. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Kerr. Fast break Toronto. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Orlando with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. Here's Oladipo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
And Orlando making a change here. Payton's checked in. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Williams comes in for Vasquez. Now here's Vucevic. Defense is right there. Here's Harris from 13 feet. It goes down.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, the monster in that last game against the Hornets had a huge game. He ended up with 34 points, and he was on target the whole contest. Very few misses from him all night. Absolutely incredible numbers from him and a monster.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he already was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable. They have to box out better than that. And that putback is just another example of the difference between these two teams today.
A baseline change. And slammed up by Harris. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity. Clark can chip away the deficit.
Yeah, it's a major energizer, too. Getting the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, his team job offensively is look, the defensive presence is almost non-existent. So they may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points. Kyle Lowry, an inside-outside scoring threat, become a deadly three-point shooter. Despite his relatively short stature, he's able to drive inside and finish effectively because of that great strength.
Now, here's Lee. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in the movie field. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
That's good. They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
Vucevic is screen on low. Payton dishes to Vucevic. Down low, King rejected by Kerr. Now running, Anton Flowers pushing the ball up. That's good. Williams has got his first points of the night.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Now here's Payton. Right now averaging 5 points a game.
Yeah, no question. He got bumped on that shot. Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
This is his first free. Throw of the game.
Well, not the best statistic for him. I mean, his performance at the line, of course, very low.
Nice shooting.
And Steve, you can speak to this. It's all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far it hasn't been close.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. These are the types of halves where we are helping ourselves out by making clean passes. They haven't caused us too many problems in the passing lanes to this point, but we still have a half of basketball to play. Something I have liked is our movement off the ball and all the good looks it's created for us. Keep finding those open shots on the floor. I'll tell you what we're going to use now, the pick and roll.
So far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What a game we're seeing from the Monster.
How about his scoring in the first half? I mean, he's looked like a different player out there today.
He really has, Steve. It's been a pleasant surprise for him, that's for sure. I mean, he really hit on something that worked in those first 2 quarters.
At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Ryan Vucevic are the power forward and center. And it's Payton in at the point guard position. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Now the pass to Vucevic. Payton kicks to Harris. Payton outside. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Kerr. Now the dish to Valanciunas. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's called on Channing Frye. Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first one falls for him. And he makes both free throws. Orlando's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Payton outside. Pass to Frye. Rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what paved the way to build this big lead, no question. Another bucket adding to their lead. They've been the better team in every facet of the game.
And to turn in this kind of performance in an opponent's building, that's really impressive.
Payton drives in. Reverses. And it's laid up and in by Harris. Harris has got 8 points.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, for some, Aaron Gordon is seen as a tweener. And for Gordon, it isn't going to phase him. He said, obviously, you have to play a position in the NBA, but I'm going to do a little bit of everything. Post up, hit jumpers, go by people. I'm going to do it all. I'm confident that I can play both the 3 and the 4. He has the skills to pull it off, Kevin.
And he does. Thank you, Doris.
Just absolute domination in this one. For the Monster, he's got 30 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
Channing Frye missed all of 2012-13 with an enlarged heart. The condition got better, and last season seemed like he didn't miss a beat. He came back and shot the cover off the ball.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lowry passes to Kerr. And Patterson kicks to Lowe. From the stripe, Kerr's shot is good. Kerr's got 32 points in the game.
And guys, Fry, you know, as you try to put him into some kind of position or descriptive phrase, a stretch 4.
I think so, Kevin. But, you know, what's great with Fry is that he can also guard 4s and 5s. So when you can space the floor as a shooter but also defend the interior, then you're a two-way player, and it's easy to find the right matchup. And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Timeout Magic. Orlando Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Channing Frye. And now it's feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. Fifth best, Victor Oladipo.
Well, this is a very intense group. You know, those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Kerr. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Kerr's got 34 points.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Payton outside. He kicks it to Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Patterson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Feeds it to Kerr. No one near him. That ball's nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Payton kicks to Oladipo. 1:33 left here in the third quarter. Back to Payton. Who trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Payton's got 11 points.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's Kerr and another basket for Toronto.
Yeah, he's their leading scorer, Kevin, in this game, and has been a dominant figure today. No doubt about it.
Payton kicks to Oladipo. Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. Can't cash in from close range.
No excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the hit.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, it's Orlando with the 3. 32 seconds left in the third. The drive by Lowry. Here's Kerr. Bounces high off the rim and flies. Kerr's got 40 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here in the last few possessions.
Payton outside. He feeds it to Oladipo. Payton with the ball. It's stolen by Kerr. Heaves it up. Can't hit.
Now is the time for you to strive, for you to get better in what you are doing.
No doubt. And a moment now to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. With 6 in the game, it's been some excellent court vision from Dallin Shunas.
Well, he's been key to their ability to find the open man and really get the offense operating smoothly.
Wake up, son. You're in.
Oh, it's time to ball.
I've been rapping for about 17 years, okay?
The Raptors shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Johnson is out there with Tyler Hansbrough. That's Hayes. Then it's Vasquez. And it's Ross in at the 2 spot. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Johnson. This is the Ross. No good on the triple. For the Magic, Gordon checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. In for Andrew Nicholson. And Harkless is subbed in for Chris Copeland. And then for Toronto, Amir Johnson's checked in for Hayes. And Kerr is subbed in for Johnson. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He'd like them to concentrate on their transition game, to keep the tempo fast and put pressure on the defense in the open court. He added one more thing as well, which was that he wants them driving the lane and taking the ball strong to the hoop at every opportunity. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Here's Kerr. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Kerr's got 42 in the game.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Yeah, reliable weapon, and that's a sign that the offense is working. They're really moving the ball well, finding good opportunities.
Green kicks to Fournier. Here's Gordon, and it's blocked by Kerr. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Toronto.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
The shot's good from Fournier. Toronto's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Vasquez kicks to Johnson. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got 3 assists now in this one. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Now, here's Fry, who's guarded by Johnson. 6 to shoot. Here's Fournier, and the shot is good.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Kerr dishes to Ross. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Orlando's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Outside, Green. And Fry kicks to Green. He dishes it to Fry. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Great job there, recognizing the mismatch and taking advantage.
They got to put a bigger guy on him. Otherwise, he'll bury those jumpers all game.
And Gordon over to help. Pass to Ross. Back to Kerr. The 19-foot shot, and he drops that one in. Kerr's got 46 points.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Green kicks to Fournier. Oh, good with the triple. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Johnson. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Green passes to Fry. Back to Green. Fry inside. Johnson's there. That one goes. Chunk. Fry's got 4 points.
It looks as a blowout, dominating performance for the Raptors.
You're right, see, it was a standout performance across the board. They were just at times toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And in this era of unparalleled parity, it takes a lot to sweep an opponent in 4 straight games. But that's exactly how they finished off their season.
look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the monster. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Green dishes to front. Gordon with a screen on Johnson. For three, Fournier. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Vasquez puts the curve. And the Raptors take on two more.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now, thanks to this spurt.
Fournier.